Well, I hope I can answer some of these questions with this video. I got a couple questions and I'm not sure how I can answer them. I can just give you what I know, what I found out, and hopefully it helps you out. It all comes from a good source. I'm not just guessing or any of that stuff. So first thing I want to let you know is I'm going to give you a little warning. I know a lot of you guys just seen this gun and you might go out and buy these rubber grips for the gun. Well, you got to watch out, because this is what I ran into, but I fixed it. Okay? Guns are so tricky sometimes. The littlest thing you do to a gun could screw it up. Even putting different grips on it can affect the way it operates. Sometimes, this is a true story. This is from a guy, this guy sells custom 1911 parts. He told me on the phone, when he put new grips on his Kimber and he tightened them up too much, it wouldn't feed right. Now I know what that is. You guys know what that is. The screw goes down in too far because the grips are thinner and it's squeezing the magazine. It's squishing it. I don't know if he knew that, but I said that's probably why. You probably used thinner grips and you didn't get the shallow screws and the shallow bushings. When you put real thin, slim grips on a 1911, you're supposed to change the bushings and the screws. Supposed to. Because the screws are going to go in deeper with the shallow grips. So that's probably what happened to him. But what happened to me was, these black rubber grips, these are from Pierce. They're very nice. And what happened with me, when I was shooting this gun at the range, when I was shooting it, I noticed twice, I felt it in the frame. I felt like a clack, like clack clack. I was like, while I was shooting, I was like, what the fuck was that? And I was like, well, it's not stovepiping or jamming or failed to eject. It's running fine. I'm just going to keep firing it. So I'm firing it and firing it and firing it and firing it. Smooth, smooth, smooth. You guys seen it? 20 yards hitting the target. Beautiful. And then one more time it went clack clack. No hiccup, no stovepipe, just a noise. And I felt it in the frame, the vibration of the clack. And I came home and I looked real close. I said, I know what the hell that is. So here's what I had to do. Now this is loaded, because I put 100 straight rounds through it and it ran perfect. So I have it loaded up right now. And let's get that out of here and check for safety. Arthritis is rough in the morning, guys. Rough. Okay. What happened when you put these Pierce grips on here? Now I don't know about the full size, but I know the officer size. They're a little higher, and they're a little higher so minutely that you don't even realize it. So when I put them on, the thumb safety was up like this. Now when the thumb safety is up like this, and you're hitting recoil, and my hand must have hit the safety just to nudge it up a hair more, not enough to engage it, just enough to get it up high. The corner of the thumb safety. Let me get something to point with. All right. The corner of the slide right here was hitting the corner of the thumb safety, because the thumb safety couldn't be all the way. At times it didn't do it all the time. The thumb safety was probably right about probably right there. So it was just missing it. And when the gun was muzzle flipping and shooting, maybe my hand made it go up a little more, and once in a while it hit the corner and it made that clack sound. I know it's that because it didn't stovepipe, it didn't jam, it didn't misfeed, it didn't do anything wrong. I just heard a noise. Now when I got home, I looked at the grips, and up here I noticed they're really squished up here, and this thumb safety was about there, about almost a 1/16 of an inch up too high. So what I had to do was take the grips off, and I got a razor and I cut off a 1/16 of an inch on both sides. Now this side, you could see the thumb safety still hitting the top of the grip. See it? So what I did was I took the grip off, pushed the thumb safety all the way down as far as I could, and then I measured, and I had to shave the whole grip down. You can't even really tell I did it. If you look close, you can tell. And then hit it with sandpaper and then re-moisturize it with Ballistol, and you can't even tell. But the fact is, now that the grips are cut down a little, now the thumb safety is allowed to go all the way down like it's supposed to in its natural position. Now I will not get that clack periodically. Just want to point that out to you guys. That's it. I think that's an important thing, is I don't want you guys putting this on and then maybe your grips might be even a little bigger, because the manufacturers, they screw up here and there. The littlest thing can screw things up. So I just wanted to point that out to you. The thumb safety's down as far as it can be now. It's totally clear of that happening. Okay. As far as the range report goes with this, well, I shot 100 rounds through it. You guys seen it, and it didn't have one problem. Okay, Kimbers are, you know, as far as I'm concerned, in my YouTube channel, all the PMs I get, I hear things about Kimber more than anybody. So when I bought the gun, I was really nervous. You know who I hear less things about more than any gun maker? You ain't gonna believe it when I tell you. The Rock Island Armory. I've had more positive feedback on that pistol than any other pistol ever. Not even kidding you. They're only $400 or $500. Ain't that crazy? I don't get it, guys. So I just want to bring that to your attention. Am I happy with it? Yes, I can shoot accurate with it. If I can shoot accurate with it and it don't fail, I'm happy with it. And and visually, it's probably the best looking gun in the safe. I love that black and silver. I just can't stop looking at it. A lot of guys ask me what's MIM parts and all. Yeah, MIM parts. I'm not a fan of MIM parts. Like gun companies like Wilson Combat, Ed Brown, and Nighthawk Customs, they do not use MIM parts. They use stock bar steel. But if you want to know what a MIM part looks like, all you have to do is look for a seam. Okay, now I'm not positive, but I'm going to bet my life that this thumb safety is a MIM part, because I can see a seam goes this way, then it goes up and around. That's where the injection was filled up, and that's the mold mark, seam mark is right here. You can see it goes all the way around the thumb safety. You know, but it's a thumb safety. It doesn't take a beating, so it's okay if that's a MIM part. That's fine. That's the only MIM part I can see on here, because I can see the mold seam is what it's called. But everything else, I don't know. But this gun looks great. Everything to fit, everything. It looks awesome. So we're going to keep bringing this to the range, because, like I said, I won't be convinced with this for a while, because I'm just nervous with these guys, with this Kimber. Alright, let's moving on. I got another question. One guy asked me, what the hell's the difference between 5.56 and .223 ammunition? Man, I keep getting this question so many times, and it's really hard to get a straight answer. But this is what I can tell you. This is what I found out and what I know. The only thing I can tell you is this is a .223. This one. All right. This is a 5.56. The 5.56, the overall length is a little longer than the .223. Okay? Now I got my calipers out. Usually I don't do this gay stuff, but this calls for it, you know. So I'm going to zero them out, and I'm going to show you that it's true. And I did it with two brands. I measured Federal 5.56 and I measured Winchester 5.56, and they're both longer than the Remington .223. Okay, let's turn it on. The batteries are going on this. Alright, it's zeroed out. Okay, now let's measure the .223. I'm just going to give you the last three numbers. Okay, that's all you need to know. We will measure the .223 is... Okay, the .223, I'll give you all the numbers, is 2.226. 2.226 is the .223. Okay? I don't know if you can see that. Okay. Just for measure, we'll put it all the way back up, make sure it's at 0. Yes, it is. Now the 5.56 is .252. 2.252. It's longer. It's not a lot longer, but it's longer. And I've measured in other brands of 5.56, and they're coming up 2.249. So they're longer. Okay, and that's one of the things that's that's the difference between 5.56 and 2.23. Shut up, phone. Sorry about that phone. I do not know how to turn that off. Can you believe it? I cannot figure it out. The only way I can do it is take the Yahoo off my account, but I can't do that. All right. Another thing. This is a 5.56 casing. Dude, getting framed. This is a 5.56 casing. This is a 2.23 casing. The 5.56 casing is a little thicker walled than the 2.23. It has a heavier duty casing. Okay? These are the two differences. I don't even know if you're going to be able to tell. I'll tell you right now, I'm looking under a magnifying glass, which I have. Okay, and I'm telling you right now, I don't know if you're going to be able to tell on the camera, but if you trust my opinion, I'll put them side by side. Oh yeah. The 5.56 casing is thicker, than the 2.23. Definitely. I don't know if you guys can see that. Okay. I'm looking at it right now. It has thicker, the brass, the walls are thicker. It's more heavier duty. That's the only two things I can tell you. I don't know if one round is loaded hotter than the other, but I do know one round is longer than the other, and the other round has a thicker casing than the other. That's all I can tell you. Now supposedly, when your barrel is stamped 5.56, you're supposed to be able to shoot the 2.23 through it also. Check with your manufacturer. My DPMS specifically says on the receiver you can shoot 2.23 or 5.56. It says it's stamped right on the receiver. I have a 5.56 barrel. Now if you have a 2.23 barrel, you're not supposed to shoot 5.56 to it. That's what I hear. That's not what I know. I don't know if that's true, but that's what I hear. But what I know is true is my DPMS can shoot both, and it has a stamped 5.56 barrel. Alright guys, I hope this helped you out. And remember, be careful when you buy the rubber grips. Make sure they do not get in the way of the thumb safety. Alright, see you guys soon.